Have you ever wanted to see Nicole Kidman get treated like a dog and then fucked right afterwards? Well, boy, do I have the movie for you. Babygirl. In this movie, Nicole Kidman plays Rami, a very successful and powerful businesswoman, CEO of like her own little robotic AI Amazon company. One day, while they're training the new interns in, she meets Samuel, who she first gets intrigued by after he saved the dog, which is his or may not be his. I don't know. Maybe it was just his ability to train and control feral creatures that just said to her, "Ooh, inside me, I'm a feral, horny demon, and I need to be controlled by this 20-something-year-old hot boy. I need it." So she goes after it and ends up being trained by this 20-something-year-old hot boy. Samuel, played by Harris Dickerson, they get into this weird, awkward, dom sub dynamic, and it's not only is she a CEO powerful woman, that's kind of weird, but it's 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 unethical for the CEO to be in this type of situation with an intern. But it gets even worse when you realize she got Antonio Banderas at home taking care of the kids. She getting treated like a dog with her kids at home. When it comes to this movie, I didn't have high expectations. I didn't have low expectations. But I was expecting a horny, sexy thriller that captures you and keep you wondering and guessing throughout the duration of the film. And that's what I got. It's a horny, sexy thriller that kept me always questioning what's happening next. And I feel like with a thriller, that is like at the bare minimum, that's what you should be doing. And with the consequences of her being not only a CEO of this company, but also a mother and a wife in this situation clashing, what will happen? How will this end up? Will this be a fiery mess that burns everything down, or will it just be a little sweltering little flame that will eventually burn out? What this ends up being is a little bit of both. It never comes to a full-on crashing and firing uptake and taking over everything. The whole barn and the house and the livestock isn't burned to a crisp. But it's not just this little subtle flame sitting in the corner that the wind will eventually take out. The basement is definitely gone. You have to renovate. You still got the upstairs. You still got the livestock. Everything is still here, but that basement does need to be renovated. And that's because even though how good this movie is and how much it captures you, it kind of feels like you are, when it gets to the ending, you kind of feel almost betrayed by the milk toast of it all. When it gets down to the nitty gritty of things, it kind of just pulls back for a more safer uh, women empowerment type angle. And I'm okay with women empowerment, but should women be empowered when they're manipulating and treating everybody like shit around them? I don't know. I'm not a feminist scholar. With all of this happening and all of this stress and awkwardness that is happening here, for it to kind of just end up in such a tame way for this movie, it just feels like you took the teeth out of it that made it dangerous and ultimately sexy while you're watching it. I mean, it's a movie about expressing your needs, your vulnerability, your sexuality. And I'm okay with that. I'm all for those types of movies. But I just think diving into a lot of these characters a little bit more than just like, I have sexual needs, it's repression, it's all these things, it's my childhood. Oh, I just want you to spank me and fuck me while I watch porn. I just need a little bit more. There is a lot here. It's not like it's just like purely surface level. It does dig deep. When it gets to the end, when it comes to the end, it just says we're not gonna go deeper. We're gonna stay right here and we're gonna just end this off in a very beautiful, nice way. And I felt like what we needed was just a little bit more griminess, a little bit more dirtiness to really make all of the suspense of the sex that they were having really, really matter and really, really feel it. I like Nicole Kidman here. She gives a good performance. I like her as this because she just looks like someone that would that would be a CEO, powerful person. So I do like how they change the dynamics between her and Harris Dickinson. Samuel in this movie, he seems like the complete opposite, unless it's in these moments. And outside of those, he looks like he's just not as strong. You know, he seems somewhat childlike, and that brings up a weird dynamic between both of them that really does carry a big bulk of this movie. I didn't think I was gonna like really believe their chemistry, but over the time, you do start to believe their chemistry. You're like, okay, I get it. You know, I can get these two, you know, having this type of situation happen. He's this lonely little sexy fawn, and she's this married, but yet still somewhat lonely because her needs aren't getting met in other places in her life. Strong cougar, and she sees them and she knows the pounce. Okay, she knows how to pounce, and she knows what she wants this fawn to do to really satiate her sexual hunger going on here. Helena Rain, the directing style here is great. She directed Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I just found that out a couple of days ago. Haven't seen that movie yet. It did get a lot of rave reviews. Just never got around to seeing it. I was excited to see it. Just never did. And her directing style here is pretty good. I like how she puts a lot of these scenes together. I like the color here. At times it's cold. At times it's like a orangey tint to it. I like how she shoots them slowly being drawn towards each other naturally through the progression of the story. Music here is by Cristobal Tapia Devere. Long ass name, but a very powerful name. And this very powerful name brings a very powerful score to all this. It's a very nice score. It's a score that resonates and stays in your mind, that you don't really forget. It's not like a boring score that just plays and, you know, just has like soundtracks that are just trying to sound sexy, but it feels sexy yet suspenseful at the same time. It has like synths and moans and all these noises working together that just makes the overall feeling of the movie feel complete when you're watching it. Overall, I do think this movie is pretty damn good. If I was to give it a rating, I'll give it a rating of a 7 out of 10. I will suggest to see it. Maybe not with the whole family, but if you do, make sure to bring the dog. They have something for them here as well. Thank you for watching. If you disliked what I had to say, well then subscribe. I say a lot of things here. A lot of opinions just fly out my mouth. So eventually, we will twin up. If you liked what I had to say here, well, go ahead and leave a like, because 9 times out of 10, you already subscribe. So you might as well leave the like here to help me out here with the algorithms and the support and all that jazz. And if you're new here and you liked everything that's going on here, well, hey, guess what? Like and subscribe. Since you like what's going on here, and this is pretty much how things go on here, you're gonna love it here. I promise you. I'll guarantee it. Thank you for watching. And as always, good and bye.